I'm going to have to take this. Andrew, can you take over? It's Tom.
We won't be long, guys. Tom's in Amsterdam on his holidays, the sun.
Claire, have you had your teeth whitened?
No.
They look really white, or you just look really tanned.
You look like a bloody Simon Cowell.
No, I've not had them whitened, though. Don't know.
No, she just cleans them.
It's my new toothpaste, maybe.
So sorry about that, guys. I had to take that. If you understand what's gone on the past few weeks in this house, my son's in Croatia and just had to know everything was okay. So
he's not in Amsterdam now.
He's what?
Is he not in Amsterdam now?
He's been Amsterdam, come back, and now he's in Croatia.
Okay.
So it's like, oh God. Oh, right, okay. Sorry about that, guys. Somebody's still got no sound. That's just popped up.
If you have to click connect with audio, like when you first log on, it'll ask you to connect with computer audio. You have to click that for sound.
Can John? Can they hear you saying that if they've got no sound? We might need to type that in the chat. I'll carry on and.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Right. Okay. So welcome to our Zoom meeting. These are our Zoom meetings where we get together, we share information, training and top tips. So I'm going to run through a few slides with you. Then we've got Claire. We can turn. Oh, can you turn the slide for me? I'm trying to change it. Okay, so we've got a bit of recognition for the period so far. We've got some dates for your diary. Then Claire's going to go through our brand new Matrix Group Facebook induction, where she's integrated all Pam's top tips that we were listening to a couple of weeks ago. And then we've got Danielle's coming and doing her testimonial, sharing her story with us. We've got then Claire's going to share some tips for leadership. And then obviously we've got our review and chat. Okay, so next slide, Claire. Let's start with our recognition. Okay, and again, so we've got our welcome rewards. Claire is going to talk a little bit about welcome rewards in the induction, so I'll let her do that. Just to let you know who's achieved their welcome rewards so far. So welcome rewards 1 have been achieved by Stephanie, Kelly, Philip, Linda, Stephanie, Julie, Jessica, Keith, Heather, Keely, Fiona, Jennifer, Paul, Jade, Kate, Holly, Laura, Anna, Laura and Terry. And we've got achieving welcome rewards 2, Carl and Sarah Jane, and then welcome rewards 3, Nigel, Jen, Jane and Emily. Oh, fantastic. If anybody's on here that's achieved their welcome rewards, first of all, well done in achieving your welcome rewards, and well done if you've coached your new team members to achieve them welcome rewards, because they're your first targets to achieve. Then moving on to our 20 top retailers so far for period 7. And we've had some challenges, certainly this period with deliveries and things. But you know what? Some of us can focus on the challenges and do nothing, or some of us can focus on our goals and continue with our plans. So well done everybody that's on here, because you know we have had the challenges that we've had. The stuff is coming, it's being delayed. We know we've had issues with credit facilities and things. The company are really working their hearts out, really their backsides off to get everything back in place for us. So you know they're doing extremely well. if you heard Michael at the live event in Dublin, you know, they've had a number of challenges, so I think they're doing fantastic. We've just got to support the company and support our team and explain how to work around the challenges that we've got right now. So we've got in first place with £2,294 worth of sales ourselves. We've got John and Carol Woodward with 1,379. Peter Hooker with 1,353. Tess with 1,293. Helen and Paul Wilson with 935. Sophie with 929, not far off the 1,000 club. So keep pushing. We've got Paul with 853, Stephanie with 837, Bev and Paul with 799, and Joe with 779. Already, all of those have achieved their personally achieved 10% bonuses. So well done. We've got Dawn with 771, not far off Dawn. So keep pushing. We've got Kira with €920. We've got Natalie with 666. We've got Emma with 627. Nigel with 612. Claire Littlejohn with 608. Kelly with 572. We've got Amy with 520. Claire, can you see the bottom two? I can't see them. Don't know why I can't see the bottom of the slide. No, there's another two. You need to unmic yourself so we can hear you.
Sorry, yeah. So we've got Nicholas Stewart with 508, and then we've got Sarah Jane Jones with 500.
Oh, fantastic. Well done, Sarah, because I know Sarah's quite new to the business and she's just hit a welcome reward too. So absolutely fantastic getting up there in the top 20. Can you flick the slide for me? So then we've got our top 20 businesses so far. So the Matrix Group as a total, we've turned over 46,559. We've got Helen and Paul Wilson with 34,794. Chris and Claire with 33,859. Rachel and James with 17,237. Hannah King with 6,223. Hannah's last period for her 1,500 check. So come on, team consistency. You know, keep pushing and support Hannah. It'd be an amazing, absolutely amazing honeymoon gift. We've got Alison with 4,499. Actually, she's in euro, so it's 5,624. Sinead with 4,631. Claire and Mark with 3,445. Harriet and Alistair with 3,245. Francis with 3,704 euro. Samantha with 2,881. Ian and Kirby with 2,873. Kathy and Jeff with 2,695. Bev and Paul 2,529. Kelly with 2,008. Claire with 1,883. Stacey with 1,714. Kelly with 1,531. Rachel Kellett with 1,495. John and Carol with 1,379, and Peter Hooker with 1,353. So well done, everybody. Keep pushing. It's the last week. Thursday now is the cut-off point for period 7 to hit your bonuses. So, you know, if anybody is struggling because of the challenges with getting orders and things on them, please message us. We will help you as much as we can to get those orders on through to the end of the period to get everybody to bonus. Okay, so if you can turn the slide, Claire. We've got our recruiters for period 7 so far. In first place, Sammy Jo Hudson with 7. Then we've got with 6 ourselves, Chris and Claire, Hannah and Rachel and James. With 4, we've got Bevan, Paul and Kelly and Danielle. We're going to be hearing from Danielle in a little while. With 3, we've got Kelly and Joanne. With 2, we've got Claire, Sophie, Kirsty, Kira, Nicola, Steve, and Deborah. And then with 1, we've got Amy, Stacey, Francis, Katie, Rebecca, Lucy, Emma, Louise, Julie, Samantha, Jen, Carla, and Sarah Jane and Victoria. And I want to say, you know, absolutely massive well done to Team Matrix. We heard at Dublin that the company so far recruiting has been slightly down this period. As a company, there've been 135 new people join, and we've had 77 of them in the Matrix group.
Oh my God.
So that is unbelievable. The Matrix groups is rocking and rolling. That's like nearly half of what the company's brought in this period.
Oh my
Which is
God.
unbelievable. So, you know, well done, guys. You know, it is a seasonal thing. Sometimes it dips this time. Just keep your activity going. Keep your numbers in, because do you know what? What you do now, when you plant, you sow now in the summer, you're going to reap those rewards in the autumn, and for sure things are going to start rocketing and rocking and rolling through the autumn season. We've got New K Life coming shortly. We've got the Christmas season coming. So, you know, we're so excited. Our team turnover for this year so far, with this short of 500,000 for the year so far. So, you know, we're absolutely rocking this year. So, you know, come on everybody, support everybody. Let's see ourselves, keep focused on those goals, because, you know, we're way ahead of the game. We're in for a great year. Oh, I'm trying to click the slides through. Claire, can you turn the slides, please? Thank you. So some dates for our diary. For everybody, we always have a Zoom meeting on a Monday. It always starts at 8 o'clock. I've got our big announcement for next Monday. I am absolutely delighted to say that now we have confirmation that Craig White will be joining us on our next Zoom meeting. So make sure you get your teams on. He's going to be running through the Mind movies with the goal setting and the vision that we were talking about at the last meeting. So, you know, make sure that you put these dates in your diary, and make sure that you let your team know what's going on. So, it's okay. The Vista Group have their opportunity meetings on a Tuesday, so they are online meetings that you can send prospects to, so somebody can explain the business opportunity for you. It's the Spanish one this week, and then there's the UK one next week. Focus Group's got their webinar on Wednesday, and then we've got leadership and lifestyle training on Thursday. This Saturday, we are heading down to Peterborough to the Vista Group key meeting. There's loads of us going. It's not too late if you want to join us. For those of you that are going, I've spoken to Jackie today. We've got Alistair's going to be sharing his training, his story with everybody. So we're absolutely delighted, Alistair. We've also got Claire Kinsella, doesn't know about it yet, but she's going to, as distributor of the Vision Group, is going to be sharing some. I'm going to be talking with you later about it. So we've got Claire's going to be doing some stuff. So it's going to be a great meeting. After the meeting, they're going back to Peter and Jackie's house, and we are having a sizzle at their house with a lucky dip buffet. So we're going to take some little bits of food with us, what we want to take along, barbecue, whatever you want, a bit of drink. So we're going to have a great sizzle with all of the Vista Group back at Jackie and Peter's house, so which is really exciting. You know, it's great to spend time with such great leaders, and there are some really great leaders in the Vista Group, you know, and Peter and Jackie are total inspiration to me and Andy. They are so supportive, personal mentor of mine, you know, such positive people that have such a great business that they've built and such a great understanding of the business. So, you know, it's going to be great spending time there with them. We've got our summer sizzle then on the 29th of July. That's at our house. Everybody is welcome. Once we've got this key out the way, then we'll be sending information out about that. We've got our pre-conference meal booked on Friday, the 25th of August, for those of you that are coming down to Birmingham on the Friday. We've now booked at Jimmy Spices. It's a fixed all-you-can-eat buffet. It's $15.99 a head, which keeps the prices down for everybody. I've booked it. It's confirmed. It's all in the diary for us. So, you know, if you want to join us, if you're coming down, then, you know, it's great time again to sizzle and chat with one another. We've got the showcase and the gala dinner then on the 26th. We've got tons of people. We will be getting a list for the gala dinner, and we'll be working out the seating plan. So, you know, we've already got a list. We'll be just asking for confirmation. If anybody else wants to join us, please let us know so that you can be sat with us. They set the tables with name cards and everything on, so we need names if you're bringing partners and things with you. And then we've got our Christmas seminar and gala dinner that's in Dublin, and that's on Saturday the 9th of September for all of our Pink Ladies team that are over in Ireland. You know, it's a great event again, getting together and then celebrating the Christmas seminar at the gala dinner later on as well. And obviously it goes without saying, one of our strap lines is, the more you learn, the more you earn. And yeah, you do get, we're all dressing up, so it's a great fun, diamonds and dicky bows and all the rest of it, so it's great fun. So sure some of you have seen the pictures from the last one that we went to. Okay, Claire, it's not fancy dress, Andy.
It is fancy dress. Have you not seen it?
What's fancy dress?
The gala dinner. You've got to show it, Marilyn Monroe and Elvis. I'm not joking.
It's American theme. Yeah,
an American theme. Well, I'll be wearing the American gala dinner dress then. I've already bought it. It's hung up, and I've lost a stone to get into it.
It says that the theme is Marilyn Monroe and Elvis Presley or Las Vegas glitz and glam.
Yeah, because I was
Las Vegas glitz and glam will be fine for me. What are you saying, Francis?
I was messing with Carla and I said, oh, will I go as a Vegas showgirl? And she said, oh yeah, that'd be brilliant. And she wasn't messing. I thought you could pretend and like, oh yeah, I'll just show up with all these feathers. And she said, yeah, the more feathers, the better. I thought she was joking, but she's not.
Okay. Oh, well, whatever you're up for, whatever you feel comfortable in.
It's a joke.
Yeah, I found us our outfit. Can you see this? Can you see it on that?
No, you'll have to come over a bit. Ah!
Me and Hannah picked that before.
Big feather boas, are they?
Yeah, that's you in the middle, Helen. You're going to be Marilyn.
Oh, right, okay.
And we're going to be the showgirls. and then here's the guys.
Oh, brilliant. Well, I'm going to have a great night, whatever, aren't we? So,
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to turn the slide? You are recording this, aren't you? Saying it's recording. You need to unmute yourself because we can't hear you again.
I'm chatting away. God.
I know, I can see your mouth going and nothing's coming out. Right, okay, Claire, I'm going to leave you. Like we said earlier, Claire's integrated all Pam's top tips into our new online induction. So we'll take your notepads out if you're brand new, even if you've been in it ages. I'm sure you're going to pick something up from this. So make a note, and then it's about taking on board and putting into action everything that you learn. So over to you, Claire.
Thank you, Helen. Right, okay then. So, like Helen said, this is our new online induction. So we've obviously got what we always do, our system that we always follow, but we have obviously included lots of the stuff that Pam's shown us with Facebook side and how to make the most out of it as well. So we're going to go through that. So first of all, our system. Okay, so I'm going to run through our system for any new people. And what that is when we first start out, the first thing we say to do is write down the list of the first 5 people that you're going to give your catalogues to. Okay, so you're going to get 5 of each catalogues in the post, and you want to get them out, but then you also want a list of the next 5 and then the next 5, and keep rotating them round, because these are probably what's going to start you off and get you your first lot of orders. What we also want to do is we want to ask friends to like and comment on our selling posts. So in our group, we've obviously, filled it with our friends and family. And if we can ask, I mean real friends, not just anyone on Facebook, just ask them if they can comment, because what this does is it creates interest from other people. And you start to get other people drawn to your adverts when they see others commenting. So it's important to, to do that. What we suggest as well is that you join 10 new buying selling groups every single day. Now, if you're only selling locally, and you might live in a small area, and you might be limited to how many groups are in your area, but there is still plenty. You've got to keep joining them, and especially if you want to go down the recruiting route, then you need to be in lots and lots of groups. What we suggest you do is you post 3 products in all the groups that you're in, okay, every day, and build this up. So obviously when you first start, if you just join 10 groups a day, by the end of the week, you're going to be in your 40 to 50 groups. But you want to build that up so you're posting 3 different products in 40 to 50 groups every single day. We then suggest that you post 3 to 5 products in your own group. Now, what we say as well, these need to be spaced out. So all of that posting activity needs to be done spaced throughout the day. So, in your own group, you could maybe post something when you get up in the morning, maybe something at lunchtime, something at tea time, a couple of things in the evening. And then again, with your 40 to 50 groups a day, if you do it in bunches of 10 spread out throughout the day, this is going to help you when it comes to Facebook bans, because if you overpost, that can get you a restriction, which we will go through. And then as people buy from you from the buying selling sites, you want to add them to your selling group. Okay, now your online selling group is going to become your online customer base, and eventually you'll only need to post in your online customer base. You won't need to necessarily do that on all the external groups, but it takes at least 6 months for that to build up. And what we do is we blanket drop, the same we do with catalogues, we blanket drop all the buying selling sites to pick up customers, and then eventually we fill our group, which is our online customer base. Okay, so what we need to make sure we're doing is our daily activity. And this daily activity, you need to keep a checklist, you need to be consistent with this. And this is going to help you in lots of ways when it comes to Facebook. It's going to help stop getting restrictions. It's going to help your business grow, because if you're consistent, it's all going to come together. So again, you need to make sure you're posting your 5 products every day in your group. You join 10 selling groups every day. You're posting to 40, 50 groups every day, and have a review post that we bump to the top. So in your selling group, if you can do a review post, and when someone buys off you, ask them if they'll comment and leave a little remark and a review on that, and keep it bumped up. And it's a good thing for Facebook, because they like anything with the word review in it. Facebook like that, and these are the things that are going to give you like brownie points when it comes to the Facebook reach. Okay, so make sure everyone's got a review post in their group. Okay, so successful people are simply those with successful habits. So it's generating those habits, those daily habits every single day. So that's the reason why we went back over them again, because this needs to be your daily checklist. This needs to be something that you're making sure you're doing every single day, regardless. So in your own group, okay, so again, we want to post your 4 to 6 products every day. You're going to have 2 to 3 interaction posts a week, okay, which I'll go through in a minute. We're going to advertise your group in other groups. Now, we're not going to post a link on the adverts, because this can create a ban. It can create your Facebook link to be banned, but we can post it in the comments if we need to. But if we write the name, so for example, if we write, Claire's, come and join Claire's selling group, you write the name of the group. If you hashtag it, which is something that we've learned, that will help take it to the group as well. Personalize your group. and make it stand out. Now, there's lots of buying and selling groups, and there's lots of people in our Clean Easy with their own buying and selling groups. So make your selling group that little bit different from the others. You know, there's ways that we can market our group, lots of different ways. And some of them are by doing games, by doing puzzles, free raffles, live video demos. We know that these work really, really well, demonstrating the products. You don't have to be on them videos as well, you know, guys. So don't worry over that. You can just video the products and demonstrate how they're working. Build a rapport and a good reputation with your customers. So, you know, create that friendly atmosphere and get people, you know, commenting and buying and reviewing your posts and all that things to build that up. Ask for feedback on the reviews and do review posts and polls. Okay, so the polls are something that you can do where you can kind of ask people in your group what it is that they're interested in. You know what the customer wants. Create a poll. What would you like me to see me selling today? Would you like more bedding? Would you like bathroom products, garden products? All different ways that you can do it. And one that I find works extremely well is the real life pictures. Now, you know, it's not everyone's cup of tea where they might think that the more professional route looks better off the website photographs, and that's fine because we all have our own taste. However, the real life pictures work extremely well because they just tend to, for one, you tend to get more sales from them because people think you've only got one. They think it's something you're selling from home. It can keep admin off your back on the buying and selling sites, all kinds of ways why the real life pictures work, but it does work. And the really important one is you need to make sure you're posting your picture one at a time. So no doing collages like of lots of products or albums of lots of products, because people will not flick through them and the item will not jump out, which is what we want. We want the item to jump out. Oh, hang on, what's it called? Right, so generating some extra sales. So these are on top of your normal sales that you get. Okay, so always follow up by sending the customer a link to the catalogue. So when you've sold something to somebody, send them a reply thanking them for the message, for the order, and then send them the link to the online catalogue and say to them, if there's anything else you want to order, I'll be placing the order on Wednesday, just come back to me and I'll let you know. On the delivery of the product, drop them a catalogue out and ask them, would they like to be added to your customer base? You know, even if you're only doing online and you're not built a catalogue customer base, you could have one day a week, you know, one weekend where you go and drop all your online customers a catalogue and then go and pick them back up and have them orders waiting for you. And then ask them, say to them, would you like a book every 4 weeks? So, you know, sell, that's another way. So we have lots of things that complement each other. You know, for example, we've got some nice makeup sets. You know, you could do like the fiber eyebrow stuff with the 3D lashes, with the eyeshadow, with the contouring kit, and you could create a whole look and then sell that whole look and then sell other products. You know, you could set something up in the bedroom where you could maybe have like a nice bedding set and a lamp and one of our lovely pictures and some of our candles, and just create a whole lovely scene and then sell that whole scene. And then you may well find that someone will buy, you know, quite a few of the items, if not all of them, because the whole scene has been sold to them and they like that. Doorstop demos on the delivery. So we've got lots of products that I think the catalogue doesn't do justice. There's lots of things that when they arrive, you think, wow, they're so much nicer than they looked in the catalogue. And you could take them with you. And when you're doing a delivery, even if you're not really confident with it, you could blame Clean Easy and say something along the lines of, Clean Easy have told me I've got to bring this with me to every order that I do. Do you like these? They're only a tenner. You know, something like that. And then you can sell that way. Games and prizes that offer discounts, because these like encourage more sales. So you can have lots of games and things going on where are prizes, and the prize is 20% off, 30% off, £10 to spend in the catalogue, £5 off any £10 order, whatever you want to do. And what that does is it creates them to buy more, and you're then giving away maybe some of your commission, but it's created more sales, which is giving you the bigger bonus. Okay. Have online events and launches of the catalogues. They're really good ones. Flo Littlejohn does this every time there's a new catalogue, and she always gets hundreds of pounds worth of sales. So instead of when a new catalogue comes out, just posting all the products in your group, because we do get a lot. You know, there's a new K-Life coming out on the 1st of August, and what's going to happen is we're going to have a whole new catalogue with a whole new range of products, and everyone's going to go mad, 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 posting them all at once. And if we kind of don't do that and we have it in a big reveal, you know, I know what Claire does is she has lots of little sneaky peeks. So she might have like a picture of a product with a big sensor sign going through it, so you can't really see what the product is, just a little snippet of it. And she'll maybe show the odd thing as a sample of what's about to be sold. And then when she does the event, she's already captured a lot of people's interest because they've seen the sneaky peeks of some of the products, and then that's where the sales all come then. So they're really good to have them launches. Okay, so how to get the most out of Facebook. Okay, so these are a lot of Pam's tips on here now. So what we need to do is we need to pay attention to our Facebook reach. Now, what our Facebook reach is the number of unique people who see your content. So what you want is you want to have lots of people viewing what you post. Okay, so what this does is it drives your sales and your recruiting results, because more people are going to see. The more of these unique people seeing your things that you put on, Facebook show it to even more people, and it ups your reach, which then ups them to show to more, because you then come across as like a popular thing that people want to see, so they show more of it. So this will drive your recruiting ads and your selling ads. Everything on Facebook boils down to the reach, and that's what it's all about. Okay, so interaction, and now this can be in your groups, on pages, you know. Consider 3 things. These are the 3 things that Facebook like the most. So educate, entertain, and empower. So if you're putting things like sharing videos, for example, and it's things that educate people or entertain people or, you know, empower people, motivate and that type of thing, they're the things that Facebook like the most. So when you're looking at, you know, sharing videos and things, remember these 3 things, because they're the things that Facebook like. So to get a good reach, you need to post 3 times every single day on your own Facebook. Now, there's loads of ways that you can, if you're a busy person and you're in work and you just haven't got the time to do it, there's loads of apps you can get. You can get a buffer app, and you can just get up in the morning, load on your statuses that you want to do for the day, and Buffer will go and post them for you whenever you want them to. So there's lots of different scheduling tools like that as well that are free that you can just download on your phone. But if you get them out every day and get them free, then they're going to give you a good reach, okay, on your Facebook, which is what you want. Okay, so being social, top tip. So where, okay, so on your own Facebook timeline, it's really important that it's not just in your group. You've got to do this on your own Facebook, in your groups, and in your team group. You know, we've got the Matrix group, we've got the Picks for You group, we've got the Clean Easy Success groups. There's lots of groups that we use. Be interactive on them all, be social, comment, like, share, all the things on there. And you need to do this 3 times a day. So not only are you posting on your timeline 3 times a day, you need to be interacting in groups 3 times a day. And you need to spread your posting out, but also vary it regularly. Okay, so, you know, make sure you keep on varying the times that you post. It's not just set at 1 o'clock and 5 o'clock and 10 o'clock. It's got to be done. You've got to be seen as a real person doing this and not a computer. Okay. So here's an example of some interaction posts that you can use in your group. Okay, you get lots of games. You know, you see the things like quizzes, you know, name the food that starts with the letter of your name and all this type of thing, the deal or no deal competitions, the polls, the giveaways, the different competitions and the interaction posts. You need to be doing these 2 or 3 times a week. Okay, another good tip is editing your group name. Now, every time you edit your group name, every single person in your group gets a notification that you've edited the group name. Everyone. And it gives fresh eyes seeing your group again. You know, I often will see things saying, people, you know, these could buy and selling sites, I have no idea who they are, and I'll get a notification that they've changed the name. Now, I may never have used that selling site before, but you'll still get that notification, and it gets people looking at your group. So you don't have to change the name, you know, like drastically, but little things like using symbols and emojis or hashtags, whatever you want to do, just keep doing that every now and then, you know, maybe, you know, once or twice a week even. That will get people looking at your group more. So Facebook is like a bank account, okay? So you've got credit and debit, and what they're saying is, if you just take, if you're someone that just goes on Facebook and you just post recruiting ads and selling ads and you don't do anything else, then you are going to be triggered as a ban. You're going to be someone that is seen as not giving back anything to Facebook, and they want to see more of that. They love things like recommendation posts, you know, when you're going on and you say, can anyone recommend a movie or somewhere to eat? If you do that, Facebook love it. It gives you a high reach. You've also got things like sharing videos. You know, you can't just share, you've got to share and comment. All these things, if you do that and you give as much as you take, then you will keep your account level and you'll then stay in good reach with Facebook and you're less likely to get a ban. So, Facebook jail. Lots of us have been in Facebook jail, and it's annoying. It's annoying because, and it's usually because of overposting and not enough Facebook reach. Too many people just post, not doing anything else. And that's the reason why we get the ban. So we're going to just go through now some Facebook do's and don'ts to avoid a Facebook ban. So do's, you need to post ads that search my group. Okay, so if you do things like search my group Pam's online offers, like it says here, you know, clothes, bargains, whatever you want, that's something that helps. Share videos with a comment. Like I say, don't just press share. You've got to write something on there as well. So if it's a smiley face or a heart or anything, you've got to do that. Make sure that you do all the correct levels every day. So don't overdo the 50 ads a day. You know, don't up when you're selling, and you know, you can up it a bit. You can keep going. You can get to about 60 ads a day at a push if you creep it up bit by bit by bit. But don't go putting 60 ads all at once. Don't break the rules. If you break the rules, you'll quickly get a ban. Ask prospects to message you, and you reply. Now, this is something that I've always done anyway, because it does give you the Facebook ban. If you send message requests to too many people, Facebook want to know what's going on. Why are you sending out hundreds of messages to people you're not friends with? It just doesn't happen normally. So you've got to make sure you're not being flagged on that. So whenever someone, especially on recruiting posts, you're going to get a lot of it, and somebody says, can you please message me for information? Comment underneath, can you please message me, and I'll reply with information. Okay, I never have anyone that doesn't message me. You just, if they don't message you, then they're not interested. I mean, just make sure you do that. Have 2 accounts maximum. So you can have a Facebook account and a Facebook account like for work or for privacy, because Facebook will allow that, because you know a lot of jobs won't let people share private information and things like that. So you need to have 2, but don't have any more than 2. Maybe have 1 for recruiting, 1 for selling, whatever it is you want to do. But one thing I'll say is keep them both like as active, really. You know, what you don't want is to have a group that's got nothing on it. It's just got 1 picture, no information, no friends, and you're just recruiting off it. Because I don't know about you, I'm the same for selling, but if I wanted to buy something off someone on Facebook, or I wanted to hand over £25 to join a business to someone on Facebook, I would be checking them out first. I would be going on and making sure that they were real people and not scammers. Now, if I went onto someone's profile and there was nothing there, and it was just a photograph, and they've only just opened this Facebook and they've got no interaction going on, no other posts, I'd think they're a scammer and I wouldn't give them the time of day. You've got to make sure you've still got stuff going on both accounts, okay? But when you get a Facebook ban, do not go and open another account because you're not allowed. It's in the rules and you'll just be instantly shut down and you'll then struggle. So you need to do it whilst you're not on a ban. So don't post ads that involve multiple posts of your link, okay? So don't keep overposting your link, like you said before, to your group. Bump ads at the same time as posting new ones. Okay, so you don't bump ads at the same time as posting new ones, but it's classed as doing a post. And if you was to bump 60 ads and post 60 ads, it's like you've done 120 ads, and it's too much. Okay, don't overpost and join selling groups. So again, you stick to your 10 selling groups a day. You stick to your 40 to 50 groups a day. Don't overdo it because you will just go off and get a ban. Don't PM people with info about the opportunity. Again, they need to message you. Don't open multiple Facebook accounts and don't post in multiple groups using a tool. So what we mean by that is the marketplace. It's very tempting to use because you can post 20 groups at a time. Don't do it because you will get a ban. Facebook, they've opened this tool up, but they don't want it being overused. The same with using the map to join groups. Don't use it because it's giving people a ban. Okay. So some top tips. Something that we found that's worked really well is keeping your popular products at the top of your group. Now you're brand new and you've not really got any popular products yet. Anything that someone's commented on. So you've asked your friends and family to comment on some posts. So the ones that have been commented on, make sure they're bumped to the top. Because when someone comes on your group, what you want them to do is come straight on it, look at it, and see lots of people interacting on your products, and you can see that people are interested in the group. There's nothing more off-putting than clicking on a group and just scrolling. The first 10 products haven't even got a comment on because they'll think no one's interested and they'll click off it. So keep the popular ones at the top. Clean up all bumps. So when you bump the product, make sure when you're bumping it again, you've deleted the old bump, because again, it's quite off-putting if people see a product and it's got 10 comments on it, but when they click on it, it's all you just bumping it off. It just looks like nobody else is interested. Don't post multiple pictures at once. Keep an eye on the company top sellers list. There's lots of things that we can overlook because it might not be our taste, might not be something we'd necessarily buy, but it could be the top seller in the company. Again, posting the real life photographs. Taking as much training information as you can. Be coachable, soak it all up. And because the people that are teaching you have been there, walked in your shoes, and they know what they're doing. So take the advice, but then most importantly, follow the steps. The best time to post all the time, any time of day, works well. But peak times are evenings, weekends, early mornings. Sundays are fantastic all day. And an important one is keep check on the stock checker. Now, we obviously are a company that sells some fantastic products, and these fantastic products fly out. So, we need to make sure that the things that we're advertising are in stock. Some things we can't help but quickly go, but where we can, check the stock levels to make sure that what we're selling that we can actually get to the customers. They do come back in, but it's just in case, you are waiting, so it's best to do that. Okay, there are other platforms to sell, not just Facebook. There's lots of people that do really well selling on eBay. One thing I will say is that on eBay, the clean, easy products seem to sell much, much better. For the simple reason that the eye buys when it comes to Care Life, and the stuff in the Care Life is fantastic, and people love it and are drawn to it and attracted to it, and it's why it works so well on Facebook. But on eBay, it's not something that they're necessarily searching for. They're not browsing and seeing the products. Where eBay, people will go and search for hard to find products, and we sell lots of hard to find products in Clean Easy. So that's where people will go and search for it. We've got Schbock, we've got Gumtree, you know, we've got Amazon. There's all kinds of places. So, you know, keep your options open and try them all, because there is all kinds of ways of doing this. Okay, so we've also got, when you first get started now in the business, you get your welcome rewards. And in your first 30 days, you get 2 different welcome rewards. So your first one is £150 for the sales. Okay, that does now need to be one order of £150 for sales for them to attach the catalogues onto your delivery. So when you get that £150 for the sales, you will get 50 catalogues or 5 dropship credits. Now, 5 dropship credits are free delivery on items, on deliveries under £50 that you drop shipping. They are great to have, but they won't earn you any extra money like the catalogues will, so remember that one. The second one is £600 for the sales. That's cumulative sales in your first 30 days, and then you get to pick 2. So you can have 2 lots of catalogues or catalogues and dropship credits. And then your third welcome reward is basically the same again. So you need to now get another £600 for the sales, which is £1,200 in the next 30 days. So you've got 60 days in total, and you can pick another 2 rewards. And you can get, if you choose all catalogues, 250 catalogues, which is the full kit basically that you can pay £125 for free back with your orders. So it's well worth having. Okay, so how you earn your money? Well, it all starts with you, okay, in your retail. This is how you can earn your money from day one. So we've got Clean Easy, which pays us 20% commission, Care Life, which pays us 15% commission, and then the Internet Specials, which gives you 10%, okay? So we're basing this now on you doing your 10%, £1,000 worth of sales, okay? So that's like £250 of the sales a week in the 4-week period. So if it was all Clean Easy, you're going to have a retail profit of £208. Okay, so that's cash straight in your pocket that you've taken from the sales when the customers have paid you. And then you're also going to get an added bonus of £62 paid into your bank. So that's a total of £268. So that is now what you've earned part-time doing your 10%. If it was Care Life, you would then earn £202 with 15% commission. Okay, so as you can see here, this is an income without a team chart, and this is how you can earn your money retailing without anybody else. So, you know, for example, if you was to do £800 of the sales in the 4 weeks, you're going to earn £215 at the end of the month. So that is just £29 of sales every day. This is based on the Clean Easy, by the way, 20%. If you were to up that to £35 of sales a day, you're going to get £269. And then right to the bottom, you can see here, if you were to do £142 of sales a day, okay, which people do, we've had many people say sold £150 of products today or more, then that's going to earn you £1,200 at the end of the month. Okay, that's a full-time income. So this you can get that just from retail alone. Now, if you were to go on and build a team and you started to share this opportunity with other people, this is how you can earn more money. So this is based on a typical gold business, which here you're still retailing your £1,000, okay, the same. And then you've got all these people around you in your team now also retailing £1,000. So your total team turnover is £11,000, which means you'd hit the 24% bonus. So your retail profit is £205, the same as it was before, because you've still retailed your £1,000, no different. And your retail bonus is £150. Okay. Now, if you were at 10%, it was only 62. So that's a big difference by moving up the bonus plan. But then you've also got a team bonus of £877 added onto your income. So that's a total of £1,233. Again, a full-time income, but you've only done the part-time retail, the same as at the beginning. And then the same with the care life, it's £927. Again, still a full-time income. Right, so that's that. There's the end of the online induction. Now we're going to go over to the wonderful Danny Gooch. Danny, are you ready? Danny's going to do a fantastic testimonial and run through her story. So I'm not going to go through anything that what she's already going to tell you. Danny, can you unmute yourself?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Right, let me just put a little lamp on because it's quite dark as well.
Oh.
Right, so hello. If I sound like I'm reading from a script, it's because I am. It's the only way I'm getting through it. But bear with me. So I'm Danielle, I'm 27, and I've been in the company now for 3 periods. I'll go back a little bit about me and my life within the last year or two, so you can get an idea of why I actually joined the team. So we started trying for my son, and that's one of the big reasons why I'm with the company. He's now 14 months old, and to conceive him, it was quite difficult. It took us nearly 2 years, and that could have been down to me. I've got Crohn's disease, which I've had since I was 17, and I've got permanent ileostomy, which I've had since the age of 20. So because I've got health issues, we didn't know if that was anything to do with why maybe I was struggling to conceive and we couldn't fall pregnant. So when we did finally fall pregnant, I knew I absolutely didn't want to go back to my 43-hour-a-week job that I didn't really want to be in. It was just a job that was paying my mortgage, paying our bills. It was giving me and my partner, it was giving us a nice lifestyle. I was going to 2 or 3 holidays a year. We was doing what we wanted, but having a baby, it changes your lifestyle. It completely changes your priorities. So when I was pregnant, I absolutely knew I wanted at least a year off. I was going to have obviously the 9 months maternity pay, and then I was going to take the slack of having 3 months no pay whatsoever. And I knew that if we could cope without 3 months pay, just on my partner's wage, then we'll see how we go. So we managed through that, but then I didn't want to drop my old job altogether because I really liked who I worked with. My manager, she was brilliant. We became like best friends. We were so good with each other. I just worked for a company called Round Brand Windows. They manufacture PVC windows, like your conservatories, your doors, your windows. So it's not a dream job. No one really wants to be in that kind of job, but as we all know, we've got bills and we've got mortgages to pay. So I was going to go back if I could after the year, 16 hours minimum hours, but they made my decision quite easy when they told me I was only allowed to go back 43 hours a week. And if anyone that's got a family, has had a child, nobody wants to go back to work 43 hours a week. When you've got a partner that's working 46 hours a week, it just made no sense. So they made my decision very easy to leave. So because of that, I decided then that I wasn't going to go jump into looking for another job. Because we had quite a rough first year with my son, he's got something called cow's milk protein allergy, so he's allergic to dairy. So it took 6 months of his little life to fully settle and not have any symptoms. So it was really tough, it was really difficult, it was really poorly. He was in and out of hospital, he has breathing difficulties and all sorts, but once we hit that 6 month, things started to improve. But then, in good old Danielle style, I also struggled myself. I had imbalanced hormones. So as any woman can imagine, my hormones was all over the place having a baby anyway. Everything was a bit skew with. I didn't know whether I was coming or going. My emotions was all over the place. My hormones was hit and miss. I didn't know what was going on for the first 11 months of his life. So it felt like the first year of his life was kind of taken away from us. So that made me even more determined that I absolutely wanted to be at home. I needed to be a stay-at-home mum because we had too much time to make up to. So my partner supported me in the decision that he would be happy for me to stay at home, and we took a hit of about £1,200 of losing my wages once I was pregnant, I had a baby and lost my job. So we were down to pretty much half of our income. And as I say, that's us paying a mortgage. Now we have a new little mouth to feed. But my partner's been brilliant. He's really been supportive, and he knew that it was important for me to be around my son and stay at home. So we tried sort of racking our brains really what I was good at, what I could do from home to earn a bit of money. And I really enjoy upcycling furniture and getting old bits of wooden furniture, painting them up, doing them up. And that it's something that worked quite well. I was selling some products, but having a baby, as anyone knows, it's too time consuming. It was never going to make a living out of it. I was never going to be able to do it full time, earn enough for us to survive on and go from there. So when I saw the ad about this company advertised on the sales groups and I saw the words home decor, that instantly attracted me because it fits in perfectly with what I enjoy. It's a passion of mine, things like that. So I messaged her straight away, absolutely grilled her about the income, the bonuses, how it works, whether it really is as easy as it sounded. Because I've spoken to, I know a few people that are within all these other similar companies, and I've then worked out the maths of how much I would actually have to sell to even gain my like deposit money back, and it was just ridiculous amounts, hundreds and hundreds before I even got any money back. But once I worked out the maths for this company, I soon saw that actually it was something that I really think I could achieve and I could do. So within a day, I jumped straight in, and I've kind of just jumped straight in feet first, I suppose. And anyone that's in our team consistent chat knows that since day one, I really don't shut up. I'm in that chat all day, every day, just talking, asking questions, general chit chat, because it's, again, I found that passion. I feel like I found my thing. So I'm just enjoying it. So as I say, this is my third period now. And since starting up, I've hit 10% every period so far. I'm hoping we've got everything crossed that I can hit 10% this period as well. I've not missed a Monday night Zoom because I soon found that they seem to be the backbone of your business. They're so valuable. I learn, obviously, speaking to all my uplines. I learn so much from them. I try and take everything in. I just soak everything up. But you learn something new every time you come on these. I'm every single Monday writing everything down, and I go away and learn a new trick that I can do to improve my business. And I'm soon seeing it, especially after Pam's talk about the reach on Facebook. Within that couple of weeks, I soon found that my business just absolutely turned around. And then within a week, I've built up a little team of 4 just from a week, and I'm absolutely loving it. It's making me realise now I'm looking to the future. I'm genuinely, hand on my heart, enjoying it every single day. I'm waking up, I'm feeling excited, and now I've got my team to be excited with. That's what I couldn't wait to do. I just wanted to pass on my excitement to somebody else and pass on what I've learned in such a short space of time. And it makes me now excited knowing that my team, they've only been going a week and already they're doing sales. So then I'm getting excited with them, and already that's making me giddy. That's making me excited. And the little things that I try to do on my page is I try to do regular live demos. I literally just occasionally pop on and do a live just to remind people that I'm there, because I've got my page open as well. It's not a closed group. People on my Facebook, whether they like it or not, I'm going to pop up and they're going to see my face. And when you see that, when you get that notification to say Danielle's doing a live, you click on it anyway. So then at that point, I might be saying something interesting or intriguing, so they'll carry on watching it. And they're not massively successful yet, but I am going to keep doing people's head in, and I am going to keep doing them. Let me just have a look at my little words. I know I'm babbling on now. Yeah, but just doing this, especially Stacey, more than anything, she's been amazing with me. I find that if I have a really bad day, one day, or found that I've got to return a few products, it just gets you down a little bit. You think, oh no, not again, or you're finding not something sold, or the customer's ignoring you and they purchase something. I'll speak to Stacey, and within half an hour, I'm back up here again after being down here. And I'm back on it. I've turned my attitude around, give myself a little kick up the bum, and I'm straight back on it, because I realise in this business you do get your couple of lows, but you've got to get to those lows to get past your high, because it makes you realise just how much you want it and how passionate you are. And I don't think if I was ever in a normal 9-to-5 jobs, if I ever had a rubbish half an hour, I'd go home and I'd carry on feeling that rubbish mood. But every time I see James, he comes home from work at 10 o'clock at night, and I'm telling him about something new, and I'm telling him about what I want to achieve, and he's letting me do this. We're taking a massive pay cut because I go on at him about them all the time. I tell him about all your stories, about how well you're achieving and what everybody's doing. And I think he's got faith in me because he can see how excited I am genuinely about being in this company. And I don't think I've ever been excited about anything like this before. So Helen's always going on about how you've got to set yourself goals, you've got to set yourself achievements, you've got to look forward. And even just now, for me, my little next goal before we really reach for the skies is I just want my family now to be comfortable. I wanted to be back where we was when I was working those 43-hour weeks, but without the slogging and getting up at 7 o'clock every morning and coming home at 5:30 every single day, 6 days a week. I want us to be comfortable earning that full-time wage again between us both and living happy so I can give my little boy a good start in life and then hopefully pass on everything I'm learning and do the same for another family who's got a little son like I have. And that's how I'm going to start, and that's how I hope to carry on. And that's me. Thank you.
Oh, Danny, that was absolutely brilliant. That, honest to God, I know you've been saying that you've been really nervous. That you didn't come across as nervous at all.
I can battle for England, especially when I'm nervous.
I know. Stacey, do you want to say anything about how proud you are?
Yeah, she really is just amazing, honestly. Like she said, I don't know, I just can't just see when it just me all emotional. She's just, I just can't wait to get up on that stage. And she deserves this more than anyone I've ever met. She really does.
That's another thing I forgot to say. I did have it written down, but I think I missed out my bullet points out anyway. I really can't wait to meet everyone at the showcase, because Hannah especially keeps saying to me and Stacey that I know once you get to one of those live events, that's it. The business can just tenfold because you've got all these people that have drilled into you and you've seen firsthand exactly what they can achieve. So you just go away with all this energy and you need to do something with it. So I really can't wait.
Yeah. Oh God.
You're amazing, and I think you've got such a massive reason why. Little boy's gorgeous. You've definitely found your passion, Danielle, and I really think you're going places. You can hear your excitement and your passion in your voice. And I think one of the things that's amazing is you've got your partner on side and you've got somebody believing in you. You really are going to go places. I think you've already started the momentum in your business, but I think when you get to the conference, you're just gonna go places. So thank you so much for being part of our Zoom.
I'll pause myself, unmute myself.
Okay, so we've now got Claire's going to share some tips on leadership. So for those of you that are new, this is more for the leaders that are team building. You can by all means stay on, because the more you learn, the more you earn. And if right now you don't need this information, it really doesn't matter, because at some point it will be there for the future. We quite understand if people do want to leave there when you don't feel it's for you. That's absolutely fine, so don't feel obliged to stay on. But I've seen Claire's slides and there's some really good tips in here for those of you that are leading a team, that have your own team. Then it is about you leading the way and showing the way and becoming a leader and finding the attributes of a leader. And some of that we have already, and some of it we need to learn and we need to develop. So I'm going to pass you back to Claire, who's going to share her training on leadership. So and then we can have a little chat on later. Okay, Claire, whenever you're ready, you need to unmute yourself.
Keep forgetting that bit. Okay. Right. Okay. Yeah. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. That was Danielle. I mean, Danielle's only just started recruiting this week. She got her first team member and got 4 in a week. It's dead exciting. You're going to do amazing. You really are. Right. Okay. Yeah. So like Helen said, I'm going to be doing a bit of training on leading a team. There's lots and lots of people now that are leading a team, and the reason why I've chose this is because I'm getting lots of different people asking me lots of questions on this type of subject. So it is all about leading from the front, really, and leading by example. So we're just going over some few tips. It's not a very long one, it's just a few things, really. So being a leader versus being led. Okay, so it's okay to follow and to follow along with the team, because lots of people are quite happy following and don't want to necessarily lead the way, and that's fine, because following in this business and copying and just doing as you're going along can earn you a good income. So it's great to do that. But if you step up as a leader, you can earn a fortune in this business if you really want to be the one to carry it further and to go that extra mile with it. So becoming a leader really is making the decision to step up and take ownership of your business without reinventing the wheel. You don't have to change things to do that, but by still putting your own stamp on it and making it yours and making it feel personal to you, because we all pick up things that we find works. We all learn off each other, and what we want is we're going to learn from our upline. We learn so much from Andy and Helen, who's learned so much from Mike and Jean, who've learned from Jackie and Peter, and we're passing it down and they're passing it down. But each time it gets better and better because you kind of pick up your own thing as well and add to it. So we're so lucky because we've got all the knowledge of Helen and Andy, Mike and Jean and Jackie and Peter, who've been doing this for so long. But then we've also finding things that we've learned as well. And then the same down, we've got our leaders there. We've got Hannah and Rachel and Claire, and they've learned what we've learned, and they've also picked up their own things themselves, and they've added things in that's made their business unique. And as leaders, they're all building their own little things. So it's good to stick with it. Don't try and change the system, and don't try and change things that we do. But obviously, put your own stamp on things as well. So a leader by title is not the same as a leader by influence. And this is something that I really feel strongly about. I believe I've been both of these things. I've been a boss. I've ran my own hair and beauty salon for 8 years. And it wasn't me. I didn't like being a boss because I don't like telling people what to do in that way. I just want people to want to do as I'm teaching them. And I think that this business is perfect for me because it's so different. We're not their boss. We can't sack them. We can't, stop the wages or any of that. It's got to be done by influence, which is the way I prefer. So here it's got like a boss. Boss drives employees. It depends on authority. Completely, it's on authority. They instill fear. They place blame. For breakdown. They know how it's done. They know how it's done, but they don't necessarily do it themselves. They use people. They take credit for your work that you do. That's something that a lot of bosses do. And then they command and they say, you go. In case they say, you go and do it. But a leader coaches them, on the good things that they do. It generates enthusiasm. They say we and not I. They fix things that break down instead of blaming people for things breaking down. They show us how it's done. We develop people. We give credit. We ask questions, and we say, let's go together. And I think it's so different. And I much prefer being on this side rather than the boss side. It's much more me, and I love it. And I just think it's such a different position completely. And people have much more respect for you when it's done this way, I think. So there's lots of do's and don'ts for leading a volunteer army, which in this business, that's what we are. We are volunteers. Like I said, people don't have to stay. They don't have to put up with what we say to them. They can go and do their own thing whenever they want or a drop of a hat. So something that we need to remember, it's really important, and it doesn't matter what your team members are doing or anything like that, but we don't dictate to them. We never do that. We don't shame them either. We never, if they're not doing well, we don't shame them into that. We don't pick fault in things that they do, and we don't ever belittle them. So, I believe what we need to do is we need to inspire people to want to follow us and to want to go along with what we do. We have to influence them. We have to praise them. People don't get enough praise in the job world for the things that they do. We have to lead the way by showing the way, by doing that ourselves. So we can't just tell people what to do. We're not a boss that just sits there and dictates. We're going to show the way, and they will follow us. We look for the good traits and then we voice what we see. So, you know, there's so many people who let's just say in the real world, in the other world, in the job world, whatever you want to call it, we may see things that are good in people, but we don't necessarily compliment on them. We don't comment on it. We don't ever say to someone, you know, you're really good at that. That doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen enough anyway. And I think that that's something that people really love. And people like to be known that they're appreciated and that the things that they're doing is known and that people like it. You know, so we have to be able to pick up on them things and say to people, you know, you're really good at helping your team members. You know, you're really good at promoting your products in your group. You're really good at, you know, helping people. I've noticed in the chat, you're always the first one there to give the answers. All that type of thing, you need to be constantly looking for and then relaying it back to them all the time. You need to be really interested in what they're saying and what they're doing all the time. And like I say, you need to give plenty of recognition. You have to do that. That is really important. I think it's probably one of the most important parts. You know, always do it. Post on the timelines on Facebook. You know, well done on how good you're doing. You're doing fantastic in your business. You know, you're building a great little customer base up. The smallest of things, make sure you praise them on it. And when you publicly praise them like that, some people really like that, and it drives them. And what you can find is you can actually unleash talents that they didn't even know they had. Some people didn't even know that they were good at some of these things. Because you really make them feel good about what they're doing, they try to do more, and they do more, and suddenly they unleash all these talents in themselves. So something that's important is you need to be an iron fist in a velvet glove. Okay, so we need to be able to tell people some things that are hard to hear, but we have to soften it up with the velvet glove. Okay, so like it says, Andrea, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Now, I put them together because I really think that they have to come together, because you can tell someone, you can be firm with somebody and tell them when they're going wrong, when they've got your respect and when they know that you care. I think up until that point, it's a bit hard to do that, because they can take it personally, they can take it offensive, they could just walk out, because like I said, they don't have to be here. Where once they know that you care, once they know that all you're thinking is their best interest, you've kind of won them over, you've got their trust, then you can then be that iron glove in the velvet, be that iron fist in the velvet glove. Okay, so you can tell people then if there is any issues, but you straight away follow that up with all the good points always. Okay, so a leader creates vision, develops skill, and motivates people. Okay, so this is something that we really, really need to be doing. We need to be creating a vision in our team's mind. You need to have your own vision. You need to know where you're going. And if you know where you're going, you can share that with the team. Again, we've got the whole boss and the leader thing here. The boss is just going to sit and tell them where to go. The leader's the one at the front doing the work. And it's so important that we need to make sure we understand this. Just because someone's in our team doesn't mean you're a leader. If you recruit some people, doesn't necessarily mean you're a leader if you're going to sit back and let them do the work. Okay, so what this is all about is you have to be the one that's from the front, because then people will look up to you and people will follow you then, and they will want to do what you're doing because you're doing it, you're leading the way and you're getting the results. Just by you telling people what to do doesn't make you a leader. Okay, so we can't all look at our team and think they should be doing this and they should be doing that, because it's not about that. It's about us. It's about what we do. And we really need to make sure that if you're not that person there at the front, then you're not a leader. Okay, and you need to get that into your heads. So good habits that we look for in the team. Now, what I've done, the reason why I've done this now, I'm going to explain now, is that we all know what the perfect distributor is. We all have things in our head that we would love. You know, we get team members come in that you know, might not want to do it. Some people join, pay £25 and you never hear from them again. All of that, we get those people. But ideally, you know, this is just an example of some of the things that we want out of our team members. So we want hardworking people. We want self-motivated people. We want enthusiastic people. We want positive people. We want people that don't take no personally. We want self-starting people. People that set and keep daily and weekly goals. People that are in this business for the long run, and people that look for solutions. Now, you know, that to me is an ideal person that would join our team. They're the type of people that we would want to have in our business. And what we all need to do is, though, we need to make sure that we are them people. We have to be able to, whatever it is you want out of a team member, you have to be able to do, because that's when you'll attract the same type of people as you. Okay, and it's not just that, your team will copy what you do. Okay, so your team model everything, and your team will probably model the bad points quite quicker than the good points. So you need to make sure that them bad points are gone. Okay, so we need to set the pace straight away. We have to be the ones that, well, if I want my team members to be like this, then we need to be like this. And that's just the way it always has to be. You see, the speed of the leader is the speed of the team. So if your team's going slow, then we need to look at ourselves. Are we going slow right now? Okay, yeah, no. If you're going super fast and your team is going slow, it won't be long before your team will catch you up. But if you're going slow, you can't wonder why your team's going slow. You have to be the one to set the pace. So wherever you're at, that's where your team's at, always. We have to always make sure we remember that. And this is the most important part now. It's time to look in the mirror at ourselves. And this is something that this is something I do all of the time. If I feel like we're having a bad period or nothing's going right, I don't look at anyone in my team and say it's their fault, or it's the upline's fault, or it's the sideline's fault. I instantly look at what I'm doing and I think, what is it that I need to do that needs to change, so that my team will then change and my business will then change. Nothing to do with pointing blame anywhere else. We always have to look at ourselves, look at where we're going wrong or right, because, you know, like I say, if you are going super fast now and your team's not quite there yet, it won't be long before they will, I promise you that. But as long as you know that you're doing everything you need to do, then the team's going to follow. But this is the most important part in leadership, is looking at yourself in the mirror and asking yourself, am I the perfect distributor? Okay, so there you go, guys. That's it. Thank you very much. So it wasn't a very long one. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, thanks, Claire. Well, it couldn't have been said from a better leader, could it? I think, you know, everybody in the team realises what an excellent leader you are, Claire. And it's funny, I was talking to Jackie earlier. You're like the swan that swings around the river, and you're so calm and collect and everything. And I know your feet are paddling underneath, and, you know, you keep the team sort of so motivated. And no matter what challenges you've got going on, because, you know, people will either moan about them or they'll get on and deal with them. I think you've got an incredible courageous way that you work, that you just continue to do whatever you do, and you know, whatever happens to you, you always say, well, it's not my team's fault, so I'm always going to be there for them. You know, and you are always there for them, which is why your business has grown as fast as it has grown, and why you've achieved so much success, and why that's now seeing the duplication through Rachel and James and Harriet and Hannah and Claire and Mark, because they're just copying what you're doing, and that's just amazing to see. And now we're seeing all of these other new people coming through, all these new leaders that are developing, and I think it's a really exciting time when, you know, you just want to take the business, the bull by the horns, and lead your way to an amazing future that you can have, that the Clean Easy vehicle can give us. So thank you so much for sharing that, Claire. I've seen that there are a few questions that popped up, so I don't know whether we might need to answer a couple of them throughout the meeting. I hope some of them have been answered, so we'll just check. Craig's been messaging me, he can't wait to join our Zoom meeting. which is lovely.
Oh, he's gonna have Rachel Folger's team are just gonna go crazy because all they talk about on the Zoom meeting is Craig White.
Oh, do
You know that. It's all they talk about. They have pictures of him and everything.
Oh, right, okay. Oh, wait till I tell him.
They're gonna go absolutely mental.
I'm not sure we're going to have enough spaces on the Zoom when he comes on, actually. So you're going to need to make sure you're on early next week.
Yeah.
Rachel, no pictures of me on your Zoom.
Of course it is, Andy.
Can't believe it.
Is that Kelly Martin?
Got a passion for Craig. Just checking.
The funniest thing was in Cheltenham, and she's been talking to Craig, and she goes over and gets his autograph and pictures and all this, and she comes running over and she's telling us how madly in love she is with him, and she's getting herself all on the platform. Oh, that Craig! But we stood with Jackie, and I went, Kelly, because I knew what was coming out of my mouth. I went, Kelly, have you met Craig's mum?
Kelly's on now.
Her face just dropped. She was like, hello.
There was a question that came up when you did the induction, Claire, about welcome rewards. You mentioned £150 in one order. Can you clarify that, please?
Yeah, I have had it double checked loads of times off Service Centre and Xenia. You've got to do for all welcome rewards. For you to get offered a welcome reward, you've got to put an order on that you're paying delivery on.
Right.
Now, it started, I think it was Hannah that come to me and said a couple of her team members weren't being offered welcome rewards. So we queried it, and the service centre said, no, you've got to have that. Then I had it with Joe, so I phoned up, the service centre told me the same. So I contacted Xenia and said to Xenia, what's this? Because we've always been able to. And she went, no, that is right. We can't add catalogues to an order if you're not paying delivery, and it's not going to yourself. So it's got to be done to a main order. So Hannah's argument was, well, what about when people want dropship credits? And he said it's still the same.
Okay, so what you're saying is that the actual, can you, to qualify for the welcome reward, you need £150 worth of sales. Can you still do that in three £50 orders to qualify for it?
Yeah, but your last order, so say you put a £50 and a £50, your last order has really either got to be a £50 order, £150 order, or you're going to be paying delivery. But you've got to pay delivery, and it can't be a drop ship to somebody else. It's got to be going to yourself as well. Yeah. Otherwise,
to get the catalogues on the order.
So if somebody does 3 dropship orders to the cell,
then no, you don't get it.
3 lots of £50.
Yeah, they've got to
don't
have
get it.
because a £50 order is a dropship order.
But if they did a £50, and then, or a £50, a £60, and then a £40, but paid delivery on that order.
Yeah, as long as you pay delivery on that final order. It's daft, isn't it? I don't know why it's been changed. It's all, I think it's something to do with, I don't know, the paying out postage. I don't know, but it was just before we went to Mexico. I thought I did mention it. I thought I'd said, but yeah, we've got to pay. We've got to be paying full delivery to get it.
I've never noticed any problems with people hitting their first welcome rewards in our team anyway.
Yeah. Have they all done drop ships?
Well, I'm assuming so, judging by the orders going in, but whether or not they've paid the delivery, I don't know.
Double check it, Rachel, because we had it, me and Hannah both had it confirmed by the service centre and Xenia and Liz. Liz even got involved with me sorting out Joe's.
Yeah.
And they said, no, you have to pay. I'll have a look and find the message actually off Xenia. You have to pay full delivery to receive a welcome, because Joe wasn't even being offered it. It weren't even flagging up. It wasn't like it just weren't coming. It weren't coming up, and it was because I was questioning why it weren't coming up, and they told me it was because she hadn't placed a full order that she had to pay for.
Okay. Worth checking with Kirsty, I think, on that.
Yeah,
Definitely.
we'll get some proper terms and we'll put it up on the group, can't we?
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, as everybody should know, drop shipping is not really designed to get stuff sent to you. It's to send to customers really. So I can understand what they're trying to say. People who just keep drop shipping stuff to your home address all the time, but
Yeah,
you know, I don't. I'm slightly confused now with that.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm just,
Andy, the issue I had was that she was running a raffle page, so she was doing lots of dropship orders, but they weren't coming to her address, they were going to other people's addresses. So she never got a welcome reward, so I kicked up a bit of a fuss, to be honest with her. But I said she doesn't need the catalogues anyway, because she's not doing any door-to-door or anything, it's all dropship to other people's houses. And eventually they did, I don't know, agree and say that she can have the free dropship credits, but she wouldn't be able to have any catalogues.
Right. Well, I what that girl's doing, I think that's right, and she deserved it. I don't agree with that, then, Hannah.
It's the same if someone sells on eBay, you know, if they join and they sell on eBay, nothing's going to be coming to their address, so then why are they getting penalised? Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. Well, the company, I've not seen a full communication for the company to change that.
there's not been nothing, Andy. There's been nothing.
No.
Paul's
Well,
stated. Here's the message I sent Xenia. I sent Xenia a message saying, morning, I've got a lady, Joan Warman, who's done well over a welcome reward. Because this was actually a second welcome reward. It wasn't the first one she had the issue with. And she's not being offered any welcome rewards again. We phoned the service centre, because it was Joe that phoned the service centre, and the service centre said, no, you can't have it because you didn't place an order. We put all this in a message, and I said, obviously this is not right, because she sells on eBay and drop ships all her orders, and it's always been done that way. And she put, well, they are right because she drop shipped the qualifying orders, she will not get the option to choose her welcome reward. That's what the message says off then here.
No, just maybe get some clarification on Kirsty, and then we'll let everybody know in the group what they said from compliance.
Yeah.
All mine have had catalogues on drop ships, doing separate, like £50.
Right. Okay.
You know, 350s, and that's been all of mine lately.
Right. Okay. I'm not too sure then, but that's what they've done.
Yeah.
That's what they've been doing for us. Because I've been having to say to everyone, you need to get 150 now. I've just been telling out all many people they have to 150.
No,
yeah, I always aim mine for 150, but sometimes they don't always do they?
No, I mean, ideally, if you can do one order a week with 150 rather than doing an order every other day for 50 quid,
yeah,
then obviously for the company's sake, it makes best practice, doesn't it? Because you know they are heavily subsidising us. We do want the business to be into profit, to give us better rewards and better incentives. We don't want to abuse it. But, you know, there are occasions where people have had 2 weeks and only got £50 and you can't wait any longer. So, you know, there's a facility there to get the stuff to them and get the customers and keep them happy as they're building it up,
What if we get a new recruit and, you know, and you're giving them all the details of the welcome rewards and stuff? What if they say that they only want to do eBay? What do we say?
Well, this is what my argument was, because that's what Joe started. Joe was only doing eBay. So
because that's our spiel to encourage them to join, isn't it?
Well, yeah, and they weren't free drop ships that she was doing as well. They were paying $3.95. These were people that were buying off eBay. She was sending it out, so it wasn't like they were getting them for free delivery. They were paying the postage and everything. She then switched over to Facebook, but that was my argument: was how can she do that when that's the way that it's going? But
yeah,
if you guys have since then, I've been telling everyone to do 150, so I don't know whether it's been happening since because everyone's just doing 150. But if you guys are saying that you're still getting them on your team, maybe they've changed it back. I don't know. Maybe they had too many complaints over it. I don't know.
We'll ask them. We'll ask compliance, and then we'll let you know in the group because we're quite friendly with Kirsty. So
because there's a few people selling stock now, and they expect to be able to collect in a few days. So if they buy something, you want to sort of get it to your address as soon as you can, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, we'll get some clarification and then we'll put something in the group about it, can't we? And I think Sarah's just put something, question up. And I mean, particularly at the moment with the stock levels and things coming, you know, we don't know you know, bits are coming in bits and pieces anyway, aren't they? So I don't know, with all that going on. I think perhaps once we're in the new warehouse, and I do honestly believe that once we're in this new warehouse, things are going to be so much better. I really do, because they've got full control over everything, and they've been sharing warehouses with Findel, and they haven't had the full control. But we're just going to have to bear with them while we're going through these challenges. And, you know, just like I said before, keep focused on your goals and your targets. You know, you can focus on the out of stocks, or you can focus on achieving your goals. And if you know that means doing a bit more and achieving your goal, well, then, you know, that's what you need to do. It's doing whatever it takes to achieve your goal, and not using that as an excuse, really.
Kelly, you're back.
Say that again, Rachel, you're breaking up a bit.
Sorry, I'm just saying, oh, Kelly is back. Just seen her pop
Kelly is back.
No.
She's still recovering from hearing that. Craig's speaking next week.
I'm really looking forward to it though, because I really want to do these mind movies. I keep asking him, he keeps going, yeah, I'm going to do this training for you. So the lad is actually coming and doing the training on Monday. It looks really good. He said he's got a dead good program that puts all these subliminal messages in your head and makes it all come true. So it looks really good.
Is everybody reading his book?
Yeah.
It's really good. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah. I've got to thank Jo as well, because she did the little recording on my phone. She sent it, and I'm still trying to look into it, Jo, how we can share this.
I know.
I go to bed every night with Jo's voice, and it's just amazing.
Me too.
Doing my goals with Jo's voice. You've got such a lovely voice.
Really? Oh my God.
If she sent it.
Yeah, but my phone keeps going off. You know, like, because I'll listen to it and I'll be going to sleep and then it'll just go off and my screen goes off. So I need to, like, I was thinking of, like, I need to somehow get it on, like, maybe a YouTube clip or
I've tried to convert it to an MP3, which I did on iTunes, but then it wouldn't let me upload it to YouTube because it didn't have a video attached to it, and YouTube is for videos.
Well, why don't you put a video of, like the practical
just
magic
a nice
pictures?
really nice pictures. Nice, if you can find a nice clip.
Like a landscape or something.
Yeah.
I don't know how, I haven't got a clue. Is there anyone like...
for Fleetwood Beach.
You know, after we've listened to Craig's stuff next week, and he tells us about these programs that he's got for the subliminal video stuff and the Mind movie, we can combine that with your thing, and it'll be like twice as good then. We'll all be supercharged into reaching our goals then, won't we?
But Claire, if you change your settings so that your phone lock doesn't go off like straight away, because you can change it, can't you? So it goes off after like 1 minute or 3 minutes or 5 minutes. If you change that, then it won't screen lock and it won't go off.
Okay, you did tell me that, didn't you? And it didn't go on it. So what do we do? Go into...
So if you go into...
You
what
need
have you
to
got, an iPhone?
The iPhone, and go into which part of my settings?
What would it
General.
be under? Settings, display and brightness. So go to display and brightness, then auto lock.
5 minutes, got it. Oh, good.
So then it shouldn't go off because it's not longer than 5 minutes, is it? I can't remember how long it was.
No, it's 4 minutes 35.
Oh. God, I can't believe you're going to sleep to my voice. Dear me. I should start selling it, shouldn't I?
Oh. Yeah, patent it now.
Right. Yeah, I'll have. If anyone's computer literate anywhere, then and that can help me get it onto YouTube.
I was going to say, can James do it, Rachel? He's going to do the YouTube clips, isn't he?
Yeah, you can have a go.
I'll send it. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
And then we can share it with everybody then, can't we?
Yeah.
God.
Put it in the group.
Yeah, just don't put my name on it.
And Joe, if we start selling it, then
you could send me some profit.
We'll send you some royalty bonuses.
Thanks. I won't need to work for Clean Easy no more.
Oh, well.
Well, as long as it's working for you all, that's the main
Or has
thing.
anybody got any more questions? Yeah. It's all very quiet tonight. Okay, well, I thought the new induction was brilliant tonight, Claire. You know, you've integrated. It's forever changing, isn't it? So it's great to do a new update, and everything that we've been just shows how much we've learned since we did the last one. Actually, you know, there's some really great tips in there for everybody. So it's videoed, and we can put it in the group. That'll be fantastic. Danielle, thank you so much for sharing your testimonial with us. You know, we can learn so much from new people in the group, and it's so great to see your passion and your excitement. And, you know, I see you're on here every week, so it's great to see that we're actually putting these on and it is helping people. You know, we're seeing you developing. So thank you very much for that. And Claire, your leadership.
Oh, sorry. You know that what you sent me to send to the recruits, Claire?
Yeah.
I got the first one last night.
Yeah.
I sent it, and she bloody blocked me. First one. I thought, cheers, that worked then.
Don't be put off by the first one, just keep using it.
I passed one this morning, I thought, well, cheers to you and all, love, innit? Because the one I'd had hadn't been working, so I was talking to Claire, it's like, try this one. So I tried that, block. Great.
Well, just keep going. Don't worry about them. Them ones have gone. Just move on.
I went on a Facebook afterwards. She didn't look even like she was out of her own nappies, so that's old enough anyway.
Oh, carrying on. Your leadership training was fantastic tonight, Claire. So, you know, some great tips there as well. It's about leading from the front, you know, if you want to lead a team.
I know I need to pick up with my girls, but because I get so down and can't get out all the time, so I can only go like 4 miles an hour on my scooter, and they're just like traipsing behind. I can't go much quicker at the minute.
Oh, well,
we'll get there.
Yeah, you know, it's just about being there for your team, isn't it, and supporting them and wanting what's best for them instead of like
talking to them today, and we're renaming ourselves the Phoenix because I'm sure I've got all the agony ants ones in mind. Sorry, Katie and everybody, but we've all come up out of it so much over the last few weeks. I said we're like the Phoenix, so we're naming ourselves
the Phoenix.
Honestly.
What do you mean, you like the Phoenix?
The Phoenix that rises from the ashes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Anyway, we're in the shit a lot, and we come out of it like babies. I put it nicely, but coming from the flames rather than. It's like my nana used to always say, you can fall in the deepest of it, but you always come up smelling of roses.
Yeah.
I thought Phoenix was being polite. I can't really call it that, can I?
Can I ask a quick question, please, guys, before we...
Yeah.
I've got I've been asked by a prospect to actually meet up and discuss things face to face. Hannah's provided me with lots of snippets and things to take with me via the iPad to show her and discuss and things. But I'm really nervous. So have you got any like top tips for face-to-face recruitment type things?
My first tip to you, Sarah, to be honest with you, would be remember they don't know anything about this business. Okay, so you're not going to say the wrong thing to the right person. Okay, when Andrew went and first did his first appointment, he knocked on the door and ran from the house, literally. And that first appointment, amazing, they actually joined the business. And he really didn't know what he was doing, and he just went and did it. So it is just sort of stepping out your comfort zone and going and doing it. We only ever recruited by doing face-to-face appointments, and the real benefits of that are you're going to build that bond and trust.
Yeah.
So what I would say is when you first meet them, don't go straight into trying to present the business.
Okay.
Just, you know, do a bit of general chit chat, ask them about them, the family. Have you heard of us talking about the form when you meet people? Family, occupation, okay, recreation and money. And if you have that in your head and ask questions around the family, their occupation, do they work, don't they work, do they work full time, do they like the job, all of those sorts of things that you can ask. Ask them about what they like to do in the spare time. You know, do they go to the gym? Have they got kids? Do they do things with the kids? And ask them about, you know, what sort of money they would like to earn, what money would make a difference in their lives. All of those things, first of all, are going to put that prospect relaxed state. They're going to make them feel like you're really interested in them, okay? And that you're not there just to sell your opportunity, that you are genuinely interested in them. Secondly, it's going to give you a real insight into what they're looking for, how you can adapt the opportunity to them and their circumstances. So are they, you know, I don't know, you don't know anything about them yet, but have they got a family, have they got commitments, have they got a busy life, or have they got lots of time? And you can offer the opportunity based on that. When you're closing, so when you're actually saying, right, okay, do you want to join me? You can say, based on what you've told me about yourself, so, you know, you're a young mum that's very busy, this business is going to be a perfect fit for you because of the flexibility, or this business is going to be a perfect fit for you because it's going to enable you to get out and do the catalogues and meet more people because they might have told you that's something that they want to do.
Yeah.
Okay, so the more you do it, the more you get experience. But we often find if you have that face-to-face contact, you will build that trust and that bond with them much quicker, and you will build that relationship with them. It's just, don't be frightened of saying the wrong thing, because like I said, you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. If they're going to join, they're going to join you. Okay.
Okay. I feel like I need to have Hannah on speed dial, just sitting hiding under the table.
If they ask you a question, just, you know, and you're not sure of it, be honest with them and say, look, I'm going to be dead honest with you. I'm quite new to myself. I don't know the answer to that, but I'll write it down and I'll find out for you. You know, don't be frightened of saying that to them.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Helen. You've really helped. Thank you, guys.
Okay. Did you want to add anything, Andrew?
No, the last thing you said, really, just the main thing with it is just be honest, be genuine, and just say, you know, it's the first time I've done this. I'm quite new to the business, and practice what you're going to say first. Rehearse it at home. So, you know, we've got a script and things, so if you need that, you can check through it, but practice it. But first thing you need to say after you've done, do the form thing, because it's really important. You know, talk about family, occupation, recreation, and money. But just tell them that if you're nervous, tell them you're nervous for the first time, because they're likely to be nervous as well. You know, and if they know you're genuine, you're honest and things, you can't say, sometimes you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. So, you know, no matter you're probably more worried about telling them how the business works, but probably the most important thing is meeting you. You know, so just be yourself and relax and enjoy it.
Okay, thank you, Andy.
Appreciate you more for that, Sarah.
Great, thank you. Yeah, I think that's what I was nervous, is like coming across like inexperienced, and then they wouldn't have confidence in me as a leader. And I think that's what I was so scared about messing up that type of things.
Well, I mean, with that stuff, it's like you can talk about Hannah and Claire and us and just say, well, I'm quite new at this, but my upline Hannah's been in the business for over a year. She's earning this much and things, so you're going to benefit from her, and her upline's Chris and Claire, and that type of stuff. So just say that you're quite new, but we've got all this stuff as well. So not only I'm going to help you, all these other people are going to support you.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, guys.
When is your appointment?
Sorry,
when are you doing it?
Next week.
When are you doing it? Next week.
Next week, yeah.
So you need to let us all know how you got on.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Good luck.
Wish me luck.
Where you from, Sarah?
I'm from Ganesh, I am, Rachel. Yeah.
Ah, yeah. I knew you were somewhere around here.
Really.
They're all
Were you
bloody Welsh
meeting-
in this thing.
Were you meeting the prospect?
In Neath.
In
Neath
Neath,
for coffee, yeah.
Yeah,
She's
and
doing.
meet somewhere where it's kind of meet them somewhere where you're both going to feel comfortable. You know, a nice quiet corner in a cafe is going to put you both in a relaxed state. You know, just make sure that when you sit down with them, try to sit so that you can put them so that they're facing maybe a wall or something, so that there's not loads of people and loads of distractions that they're going to be looking past you. So think about where you're going to sit wherever you're going to go as well, so that you can reduce some of the distractions for them if you're going to be in a cafe area and stuff.
Great. Do you think I should buy the coffee?
Say that again.
Do you think I should buy the coffee, or would that come across too much?
Wait till she said she should join him first. I won't spend on a Costa if she's just going to get a freebie.
I have to pay it forward.
I said I would suggest you might buy the coffee actually, but let her buy the cake or something.
No muffins.
Great, thank you.
Okay. Oh, brilliant. We'll maybe do some training on doing a face-to-face appointment on one of the Zoom meetings if you want.
Yeah,
we can do that. I mean, there's not these days. There's not a lot of people that go out and do face-to-face appointments. Everything's done now on the phone and things. But even if you wanted to, you could do it at like an appointment on Zoom and stuff like that. If you know, if people want it, sometimes they just want to meet you. Sometimes they buy you and not the opportunity because they just want to see whether they can work with you as a person. You know, so, and use some of your stories. You've been listening to some of the people in the group.
Yeah.
So if it's, you know, if it's somebody like Danielle at, you know, mid-20s, got a young family, you know, doesn't want to go back to work, use Danielle's story. You've just heard tonight what she said, and, you know, or use somebody else's story. If you go and you listen and it's like, you know, a pension or couple that were looking for a pension, then think about maybe somebody like Mike and Jean's story because they joined the business for the pension. You know, use those stories to help you.
Great, thank you.
Try. Do you know anything about them at all before you meet them? Are they a complete stranger, or do you know them?
No, well, she was a complete stranger, but we've been texting. We swapped numbers, and I've been sort of said when we were arranging things, I've been slipping little bits in, like, oh, lovely day, have you got any plans and things like that. And I know that she's a young single woman, so I think she's in her early 20s. So, and she works part time at a bookstore, I think it is. So yeah.
Yeah. Yes, so you know a little bit, you know, just dig a little bit deeper. Don't be frightened to ask some questions. Like, you know, I'm not being nosy, but I'm just, you know, I'm just wondering, or I'm just curious as to, you know, what you do for a living and do you enjoy your job, and just do it naturally without looking like you. And then ask a question, and the biggest thing then is shut up and listen and let her talk at that stage and let her tell you, okay? And open that up with just nodding and saying yes, and use some, we call them bridging words, so things like and meaning, and for example, or and let her carry on talking and let her tell you. Give her the opportunity, show some real interest in her.
Yeah, make her centre stage sort of thing then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, definitely. Okay.
My pen's going
That was
crazy.
an added little bit of training for this evening, wasn't it? All the ones that have booked off early have missed that tonight. Right, okay, well, what time are we on? It's nearly 10 o'clock anyway, so should we say good night?
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
See you on Saturday.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.